everybody? It's your boy back again, live in effect, dat-man-dooley, okay? So check this out, man. I know I haven't been consistent during the quarantine. I had a lot going on, okay? Just like we all had a lot going on, okay? But I'm back for my fans, for my subscribers. If you're new, hit that subscribe button for me right there. Okay, let's get to know each other, man. I talk sports, I do it all. I go traveling, I do vlogs, you know. But right now, what I'm going to do is a classic video of mine. I call it First Take-ish, okay? You know, First Take's my favorite show, so I like to chime in on what Stephen A. and Max Kellerman got to say about the latest sports topics, you know? So the topic of discussion today is Kyrie, okay? So let's just chime in real quick, you know, and I'm gonna chime back with y'all, alright? That man.
Do you think that Kyrie is worth all of this drama?
No, he's not. He's not worth it at all. A matter of fact, let me say this straight up and down. I think Kyrie Irving should retire. I think he should announce his retirement today. Clearly, you don't want to play basketball bad enough. Now, you might still want to get the $33.4 million, obviously devoid of some of the docked pay you'll receive because you haven't complied with safety protocol measures, and as a result, the league is going to determine when you come back instead of yourself, or taking personal leave and obviously forfeiting game checks or whatever the case may be. But still in all, at the end of the day, you know what, you're still going to get, you know, in excess of $20 million at the very least, even though you're on the books of $33.4 million this year. Kyrie Irving has not prioritized basketball. I'm not saying he doesn't want to play all together. I'm saying he hasn't prioritized it. And how fair is that to the Brooklyn Nets? How fair is that to Sean Marks? How fair is that to Steve Nash, a coach that he endorsed bringing on board, a coach that he wanted, a coach that he fully supported?
First of all, you know Stephen A. serious when he talk in that tone. He's not even upscale. He's not even yelling, you know? He's talking calm and serious right now. That's when you know the man means business. Now check this out, okay? I don't think Kyrie should retire, okay? Here's what I think. The Brooklyn Nets should get rid of that ass. That's what I think, okay? Kyrie has not proven to be wanting to be consistent. Kyrie's kind of a guy that does his own thing, okay? You know, he kind of reminds me of Ricky Williams, in a sense. Not saying Kyrie smokes, but what I'm saying is Kyrie's taking hiatuses like this. Come on now, what is this, the 90s, Dennis Rodman? Come on, man, back to the footage though, baby. That man. Hold on. Boop.
How fair is that to his brother, Kevin Durant? Now, we can sit up there and say what we want about Kevin Durant, temperamental and all this stuff. This brother is a superstar and answers the call the way superstars are supposed to answer the call. Whenever he can play, he does play. That's who Kevin Durant is. He loves playing the game of basketball. He can play it for a lot of money because he's so great he commands it, or he'd play for free. But he'll play anywhere because that's who he is. Kyrie Irving clearly is not interested in doing that, and that's the problem. So guess what? Go ahead and retire. Go ahead and retire until you know that you're committed to playing. And the reason why I seemed a bit perturbed and a bit disgusted by all of this is because Kyrie Irving, this is what's going on right now. There's a lot of stuff.
And the reason I feel a little perturbed and disgusted about this, yada, Steven.
That's been happening in this world over the last few months, as we all know. Social justice issues and beyond, and we get that. And Kyrie Irving's heart is in the right place. He wants to do a lot of things for the community. He wants to do things to uplift the community, to address some of the concerns, the things that have ravaged our communities for many, many years. He wants to do all of that. In that regard, his heart is in the right place. He's philanthropic. He's very charitable with his time, with his donations, and things of that nature. Just the other day, we saw him on the phone with some congressional figure. I don't know who it was. I'm sorry, I don't have it in front of me. But clearly trying to address some of the concerns that are ailing our society and our community. We understand that. Here's the problem that I have. He acts like he can't chew gum and walk at the same time. You can do that after you fulfill your duties or in the midst of fulfilling your duties. Just because you want to do all of those other things does not mean that you can't show up to work. Just show up and earn your paycheck. This dude signed 4 years, $141 million. Last year, he played 20 games. He made a whole bunch of noise and hoopla about how the players shouldn't participate in the bubble during the postseason. A bubble, by the way, that he wasn't going to be able to participate in because he had right shoulder surgery. But still, he was making noise. And then went against Chris Paul and the Players Association, Chris Paul, Andre Iguodala, and all of those boys without even letting them know or giving them a heads up as to what he was going to do. He just bucked the whole system and decided that he wanted to do things his way. Then he comes into this season. Now that KD is healthy, okay, he still doesn't have his legs out, or, his legs together or whatever. KD is still getting into game shape. He's still getting his game back and averaging 27, 28 a game. This is who this dude is. Surreal, big time, just elite. Future Hall of Famer, two-time champion, two-time NBA Finals MVP. And we all know that the Brooklyn Nets would not have wanted Kyrie Irving had it not been for Kevin Durant. So if you're Kevin Durant, obviously you had to vouch for this brother. You had to insist on this brother being there with you. You had to want him the way Kawhi Leonard wanted Paul George. That's what...
I'm with Stephen A, okay? KD is one of the greatest players of all time. You're talking 7 foot tall with the skills of a 6'5" shooting guard, okay? With the jumper of Larry Bird and Steph Curry mixture, okay? Let's talk about how Durant came to Brooklyn fresh off this Achilles injury and is dominating the game of basketball right now. Okay? But you know what I think they should do? Considering the fact they just got Harden, they need to get rid of Kyrie Irving, ladies and gentlemen. They need to trade Kyrie for some depth on that roster. They put depth on that roster. I can say this. The Brooklyn Nets will get pretty far. I still got the Los Angeles Lakers being the favorites in the NBA to win it all, okay? But the Brooklyn Nets have an opportunity to take things to the next level, and the way they can do that is by getting rid of this distraction they call Kyrie Irving. Okay? Now, for those of you saying, oh my God, it's Kyrie, it's Harden, it's KD. Well, you gotta understand there's only one basketball. Okay? Those three are not going to work. Why would all three of those players start? Why not sit one on the bench so your bench has some firepower? You tell me. Okay, but anyways, baby, this is dat-man-dooley. They need to trade Kyrie. Subscribe right there. Holla at your boy. I'm back. Follow me on Instagram at dat-man-dooley. Follow me on Twitter at Dooley Does This. Got a Facebook page. Go ahead and like that. Just holla at me, man. Comment. Let me know how you feel. Alright, I'm gone, baby. Dat-man.